Hello, good morning. Sage here. Thanks for joining us on Kalkine TV for top ASX buzzing stocks for the day. Let's take a look at the ASX listed 5 stocks that are in the news today because of price-sensitive announcements. Beginning with one of Australia's big 4 banks, Westpac Banking Corporation, has completed the previously announced sale of Westpac Life Insurance Services to TAL Dai-ichi Life Australia. The transaction was first announced on 9th August 2021. And Westpac expects to report a total after-tax loss of sale of approximately $1.37 billion, of which $0.27 billion was incurred in the group's financial year 2021 results. And commenting upon this, Westpac Specialist Business's Chief Executive Jason Yeton said that this sale is another important step in simplifying their business. The company has now completed Westpac's exit of insurance underwriting following the sales of their general insurance and lenders mortgage insurance businesses in Australia, as well as life insurance in New Zealand, our neighbour over the pond. Next up, an emerging lithium boron supplier, Ionia, today announced that it has signed a binding offtake supply agreement with the Prime Planet Energy and Solutions, in which Ionia will supply the company with lithium carbonate from its Rhyolite Ridge lithium boron project in Nevada. And Prime Planet Energy and Solutions is a joint venture between Toyota Motor Corporation and Panasonic Corporation. Under the agreement, Ioneer will deliver 4,000 tonnes per annum of lithium carbonate to PPES over a 5-year term. Ioneer's Executive Chairman James Callaway in a statement said that this agreement and the previously announced Ford and EcoPro agreement solidify Ioneer's focus on the US electric vehicle supply chain infrastructure. They look forward to providing lithium materials to Prime Planet Energy and Solutions and all their offtake partners for their growth in the EV global market. Next up, we have ASX-listed mining company Deterra Royalties, who today announced its total royalty receipts for the June 2022 quarter of $113.1 million, bringing total royalty receipts for financial year 2022 of $265.2 million. Comments from the board. Julian Andrews, Deterra's Managing Director and CEO, said it is really pleasing to see such strong revenue performance from the company's royalty assets in their second year as a listed company. Deterra has recorded royalty revenue of $265 million in 2022 already, which represents an 83% increase year on year, something to be smiling about there for the execs. And moving on, Australian construction material company Maas Group today announced that it has entered into a binding agreement to acquire 4 hard rock quarries and 2 sand quarries in the Isaac region of central Queensland. And these quarries primarily service the area surrounding Claremont, Middlemount and Dysart and are expected to produce in excess of 350,000 tonnes of quarry materials per annum. Maas Group Managing Director and CEO Wes Maas himself said that this strategic acquisition is highly complementary to their existing operations across central Queensland. They expect to realise significant synergies. Lastly, Australian-based power generation company Genex Power announced that it had received a conditional non-binding indicative proposal from Skip Essential Infrastructures Fund and Stone Peak Partners to acquire all the ordinary shares on issue in Genex for 23 cents in cash per Genex share. The company board was unanimously concluded that the indicative proposal undervalues Genex and is not in the best interests of the holders of Genex. So they have unanimously been deciding that they won't be moving forward on that at that rate of 23 cents in cash per Genex share. So Genex board is not prepared to grant the access to due diligence requested by the consortium based on the indicative proposal, but Genex board is willing to engage constructively with the consortium to explore whether the consortium can submit a revised proposal that is capable of being recommended to the Genex shareholders. Okay, wheelings and dealings are going on in the world, and hopefully that has given you some food for thought on the direction of your trades today. Thanks so much for your company on this edition of Top ASX Buzzing Stocks for the Day. It was my pleasure to bring it to you. Another episode will be coming your way tomorrow. Until then, keep it locked. On Kalkine TV, we've got many more shows to share with you, covering market insights and business news. Sage here signing off.